Happy Saturday. How you doing? Well, I got criticized again when I did my first impersonation of Jabba. You know, laying in bed. No shirt on at times, surrounded by boom boxes, getting all aggravated because doesn't have a lot of people watching him, and the few people that are watching him aren't talking to him. They're not saying anything to him. What's wrong with these people? Don't they know they're supposed to go to his live streams and give him fucking attention? Don't they know that by now? They said I should have also thrown in a few burps and farts. I just didn't think of it at the time, you know. And then Jabba decided he was going to do an impersonation of me and a few other people. Did a pretty bad job, let me tell you. He needs to work on it. Then I got criticized again. They said, hey, Uncle B, you should have shown your fat leg too, along with that fat fucking belly. I didn't think of it. Now, before I get criticized again because I've left out things that he does, I'll get it out of the way right now. Another thing he likes to do is he's puking in his fucking mouth and swallowing it back down. He does that. His cheeks puff out and you can see he's in his fucking head jerks. People do that when they fucking puke. I admit I fucking puked in my lifetime. That's what you do. You know what I mean? Maybe he got a bad lunch at the fucking senior center. And speaking about that, I got a little problem. Oh, before I get to that, trying to avoid talking about it because it's very embarrassing. It's very humiliating. And I'm full of shame and embarrassment. How's he doing? Did he get that starter in? Did he get the brakes fixed? Did he get that pod there to start packing it in? Oh, another thing I'd heard I forgot about. Those watches he bought. Well, Jimmy told me, he says, after the fact I talked about it, he went back. So I went back and I really took a real good look. I took time. He took a screenshot of that watch that Jabba was showing that, retails for like almost $900. I went back and I looked at the whole line and I nailed it down to the one he was wearing. He said they started at $34, $36, a couple in like the $40 price range, a couple in the $50 to $60 price range, a few in the $70 to like $90 price range, and there was only two that was over $100, like 105 and 108, 109. The one he's got on his wrist that retails for almost $900 was the $36 watch. And then he had the other two. I had heard, see, with Jabba, to nail Jabba down, it's like trying to nail Jello to a fucking wall. He's all over the fucking place. He says one thing today, tomorrow is something else. And, never does what he says he's going to do. He says he's going to take two of them back, the ones that were still in the box, I guess he never opened. Because he realized they were women's watches. They weren't men's watches. He said something about, well, women's watches, they make them bigger now and they kind of look like a man's watch. He thought they were men's watches, but they're really women's watches. So he's going to take them back, get his money back. Thinking to myself, why? Wouldn't you want to keep them? It's when he packs up his pod and he moves over to Virginia to go see his Facebook future love of his life. He's never met. It's waiting for him with open arms, Hopefully she's kept her legs closed so she don't have STDs. She's been saving her pussy just for him, His job is real worried about women, they all got STDs. They're all pigs and sluts. According to him. Hey, don't get mad at me for saying this. He said it, When you want to save those two watches this way for her birthday, he'll give her a watch. Christmas, give her another watch. At least give her something, considering the fact that she'll probably have to take him in to live with her, support him, while he sits around all day and laying in her bed, that he'll end up sharing with her if there's enough room on it, on YouTube all day, going live, Or she's vacuuming, doing the laundry, doing the dishes, cooking, cleaning. And he spends all his days on fucking YouTube going live, you know what I mean? Think he might want to do a little something to make her happy, since he'll be taking advantage of her too, the way he takes advantage of the senior center and everything else, When he gets out of his responsibilities in life, from paying his debts to just taking advantage of senior citizens, taking free food out of their fucking mouth when he's only 55 years old. And now that's where I got a little problem. Today, I have to assume he'll be on YouTube all fucking day. Probably all day again tomorrow. He's been doing that all week, even though he takes the videos down. He's a fucking hypocrite, man. Ojaba accuses people of doing things that he's the one that does it. Nobody could be as bad as him. I think I mentioned it before. I go maybe an hour and a half max over a course of 7-day week. Times a 20-minute video, 10, 15 minutes, 17 minutes, at times 3, 4, 5 minutes. I average out at about an hour and a half a week. In one day, he'll go on 2, 3, 4, 5, hours like nothing. And he does that every fucking day. This guy spends almost as much time on YouTube as people spending working at least a part-time work week of 20 hours, you know what I mean? 25 hours, 30 hours. And he accuses other people of, having no life, you know what I mean? With this life here, things get done. Saturday, we do our grocery shopping, and then a couple other stores in the afternoon, and we got plans with some people tonight, as we usually do every Saturday, Now I'm going to have a much higher grocery bill. I got banned from the senior center. I can't get any more free food there and bring home extra free food for Auntie Billy and for me to pig out on later at night. They found out I'm not a senior citizen. I'm not at least 65 years old and up. That's a senior citizen. I still got a few years to go. They found out I'm banned. I can't go within 100 feet of the senior center. They were mad. They called me a deadbeat, a lowlife, a pathetic piece of shit, a scumbag. For going there knowing full well I'm not a senior citizen and taking food out of the mouth of real senior citizens that deserve it. They told me I should be ashamed of myself. At times they weren't able to give bigger portions to other people because I was eating it. There wasn't anything left over for them to bring home a juice cup or an apple or a banana or a little snack for later on in the day. So I was eating it and then smuggling it home for me and Auntie Billy. They found out about all of that. Yeah, it really hurt, man. It hurt because, they say the truth hurts, and it was the truth. I was a scumbag. I was a leech. I was a piece of fucking shit for doing that. Taking food out of the mouth of people that really deserved it, knowing full well that I did not deserve it. And they told me I should be ashamed of myself. Well, I am ashamed of myself, and I'm man enough to admit it right here. Say I'm sorry for any of you senior citizens out there that, didn't eat as much as you really needed to. You lost weight. Your health declined from not getting enough nutrition because of me. I want to say I'm sorry. I apologize from the bottom of my heart, and it will never happen again. Well, it will never happen again. If I show up within 100 feet of the senior center, they're going to have me fucking arrested for theft. You know what I mean? So anyway, this is embarrassing. This is humiliating, I'm telling you. But I deserve it. People get what they deserve. Senior center, reminding me that I'm not welcome there. If I show up, they're going to have me arrested if I try to show up there for a free lunch today. They mean business, let me tell you. Okay, listen, we got things to do today and tonight. Have a great day.